Hey, hey, Pete's Vibes here. So let's get Hawk Hulk going here. Hold on a sec. What's going on? So, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday morning. I'm going to have a little up here. You see, and see where he's at. Hawk Hulk, where you at, bud? Oh, he's coming on. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Pete.
Hello. Hello, hello. Good morning or good evening, I guess, on your side.
No, it's morning. Bloody early in the morning.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
Good. So, my name's Pete's Vibes. That's where we're going by. My name's Pete, but I go by Pete's Vibes. Tell everyone who you are and what you want me to call you. I don't know what you want me to call you.
I'm Garrett, and most people call me Hawk on here, so just call me Hawk.
Hawk. Oh, that's what I was gonna figure that's what you would go by. uh Thanks for joining me this early in the morning for you. Where are you coming from? Tell us, everyone, where you're coming from.
I'm Australia, and it's 1 a.m. here at the moment.
Well, good
So,
morning.
good
How
morning
you
to you.
feeling? You look
Good.
good. You look
I'm
good.
Kate.
It's
I got coffee.
all right. Yeah. Cheers.
Yep.
Cheers to that. What's your coffee
Cheers,
mug you
mate.
got? You got a marble. There you go.
Yeah, Marvel.
So, all right. So let's jump into this and let's talk a little bit about. So I want to start by saying a couple of people were hit me up. They're like, "How did you get Hawk Hulk to do anything with you?" I've been trying to get this guy to get out of his shell for a while, and I was like, "I don't know." I just asked him. So, thanks, man. I appreciate you
No,
doing this. I think it's cool.
appreciate you asking.
I mean, we've been following each other for a long time. I mean, pretty much
Yeah.
since I first got on Instagram, it was like you and Diecast and Puff. I don't know if
Yep.
you know any of those guys in reality. If you ever really talked to any of those
No.
guys, just besides this,
Yeah,
if
just
anything.
tapping away. Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, so let's get into this and let's. I know we kind of pre-screened some questions, so you kind of had some idea of where we're going to go. But so tell
Yep.
everyone here in this Instagram community, what's your intro into comics? How did you get involved in doing this?
When I was young, just reading comics, given a few old ones from family members or people, and just started reading them. And it just was an escape
Do you
to.
remember your first comic book?
It's probably a Phantom comic.
Okay,
Um, yeah, remember it, but yeah, not what issue it was, but yeah, it's probably a Phantom comic.
like the old what's his face? Who the Phantom?
Through
Okay,
comics, you know,
right, right.
yeah.
Um, So tell us what are you into now? I mean, since you've how long have you been collecting, I guess, and like what if I mean you've been collecting since you were little, but like do you remember your age bracket of what you were when you first started?
Not collecting because collecting down here was really hard. Because no
Right,
comic shops, no, you could only get them at newsagents, which is, where they sell magazines and everything. Um, and even back then they were expensive for, what they were, so you didn't get many. It's only
right,
if you were sick, if you were sick or, having a day off
right.
school, you were allowed a comic book. But yeah, so I didn't really start collecting till I was a bit older in my teens,
Okay,
working it and you could afford your own.
right.
So
Where do you
yeah,
go get comic books now? I mean, are comic book stores starting to pop up now as you've gotten older, or is it a
yeah.
little
There's
harder still?
there's still not many in Sydney. There's still two or three in Sydney.
Okay,
Um, so yeah, I go to one of them, and there's a few like online. You know,
okay.
if you can't find it, you got to go online.
Do you
So
usually go on? Do you usually buy on like eBay, or what's your form of buying?
yeah,
I guess.
usually eBay because Whatnot's not big down here.
Okay.
And Marketplace, who knows what you're getting on
Right.
Facebook. So yeah,
Yeah. What kind of comic books are you into now? What do you? I see back there you have. I'm trying to see what you got back there. Some Batman stuff, some Hulk stuff. What are
yeah,
you into? What are you into now?
I'm mainly Marvel.
Okay.
Um, but superheroes, but all the stuff behind me is all Australian prints that are
Okay.
hard to find. But yeah, Marvel, love Red Sonja. Yeah, bit of DC stuff and Spawn.
Okay.
So
What's kind of like what's your because I know that you're not just being flooded with comic books, like what's kind of your approach to collecting, and like how do you go about like what you're buying and what you're looking for and all that other stuff? Like how do you get all that stuff? Like how do you decide on what your approach, I guess. So many words. What's your approach to collecting? I guess I'm trying to beat around the bush. Ask, what's your
yeah,
approach? Let me
yeah,
throw another couple of terms on
yeah,
how
yeah,
to say
yeah.
approach.
Just make it simple, mate.
Yeah,
Um, collect what I like. Um, so if I like something, I'll grab it. I don't go in for, what's going to make money because I don't resell. I don't go in for what the latest trend everyone's buying. It's what I like. And that's always
right,
been the case. And am I going to read it? Yeah, sure. I'll buy cover stuff, because I love the artwork. But yeah, it is exactly collect what I like.
right.
Yeah,
Are you so you're more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy? You would say.
yeah,
Are
yeah,
you
definitely.
if you're gonna go with the DC? What would you? Are you more of a Batman or Superman guy?
Batman, Batman.
Marvel guy? Are you more of an X-Men guy or a Spider-Man guy? I know that's a hard one. That's always the hard
It
one
is.
because there's it's two different. It's almost like Marvel's. It's you got your Marvel, then you got your Spider Man, and you got your X
Yep,
Men. It's like three totally
yeah,
different things, but they all kind of come together. But it's interesting. So, what would you say is
yeah.
X Men or Spider Man for you?
I love Spidey, but it's always been X-Men. Um, and X-Men because there's so many different things and so many different characters in X-Men.
Right,
So you can follow them and their path and their journey and yeah, and being different and outsiders. Yeah, really connected with me more growing up than Spider-Man.
sure,
So
sure. What like? So, I guess who are your top five favorite X Men characters? We'll start with that. I know I didn't ask you that question earlier, but now you said X Men. Who are your top? Are your five favorite characters all X Men characters, or are they other stuff? I guess
no,
too.
no, I've got all favorite characters, but if you go on top five X-Men, Angel,
Okay.
number one.
Angel,
Um,
Archangel, or just OG
OG
Warren
Angel.
Worthy? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Archangel's in there too, probably, like the offshoot, but yeah, definitely Angel. Um, Colossus, just a big, strong guy.
Right.
Um, you know, can't stand Cyclops. Just,
Is Cyclops the bastard child of X Men?
I think he is, but yeah, I just
It's
can't.
so funny that you say that because I feel like it's either you're on the Cyclops train or you're not. It's like people
Yeah,
really, they're like, everybody's like, he's kind of a whiny bitch. And you're like,
he is. He is. Like Reed Richards. I can't stand Reed Richards. You know,
yeah.
just, yeah, both
Did
of
you
them.
enjoy,
Just,
did you enjoy the Fantastic Four movie?
I
Did you
did.
see it?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
What do you
I
think
mean,
of
it's,
Pedro? What do you think of Pedro portraying a character you don't like? Do you like Pedro? And you're like, why are you doing this
I
character?
do,
You should
look,
do other characters.
he did alright. They didn't make him as bad as what they have in the past. So it was
Sure.
a bit more enjoyable to watch. So
Sure.
definitely, yeah.
Sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't like Cyclops. It's
No.
Angel,
Yep.
Colossus,
Yeah. Wolverine, of course. Beast.
Beast.
Yeah.
Did you
And
like are you happy with where they've since Beast first, we'll just talk about Beast for a second because I like
yep.
Beast too.
Yep.
Since Beast came out, when first Beast first appeared in '64, and to where he's gotten through the '70s and then to the '80s and then the '90s, because he's changed significantly
Massively.
through the decades. Is there a particular Beast that kind of that you're like, yeah, this they did a good job with Beast here. I like what they did with Beast here. Is there any type with era of Beast you liked?
Yeah, 90s Beast. I suppose because that was the one that really, I got drawn to in that
Right.
era. But yeah, I really liked him in that era
Yeah.
of, had
Old
a bit
Hank
of
McCoy.
aggression. Yeah, had a bit of aggression about him, but was still, you know,
Right.
smart and switched on.
Yeah. Were you it's so funny. Like now that we're sitting here talking about it, I'm thinking about Beast. I'm like, he went from the human beast to the gray beast to the blue beast to
Yep.
this, and it is he's definitely an interesting character and he's one of those guys that you don't hear people talking about a lot. So
No.
kudos to you for bringing him up, and because he has had a lot of, I mean, they've all had a lot of transitions through the years, but I mean, Beast is an OG X-Men character like Cyclops and
Yeah.
Marvel Girl and all those. Like they've all had like big, but Beast is really yeah. I'm a Beast fan. I do like Beast, so that's cool.
Yep.
And you're number five, I guess. Who would beside and Wolverine? Who else?
Oh, go on a baddie, go on Juggernaut. Just, yeah, big, bad, smash. You know?
So okay, so who's your top five favorite villains then? Because so Juggernaut's on that list also. I'm
Yeah.
assuming because Juggernaut's
Yep.
up there. So who else is up there? Your as far as villains go?
Doctor Doom. You know, he's just, yeah,
He's the
one of
goat,
the
dude.
smartest men alive. And look, he could take everyone down, but he doesn't.
Right.
You know, he's holding back. Let him loose.
Right.
Um, yeah, Galactus, I think. Um, yeah, just love the idea of Galactus through Silver Surfer,
Yeah.
reading Silver Surfer. Um, Joker. Joker's got to be my
Okay.
number one.
Did you wait?
You
Is
know,
there a version of Joker you've liked the best as far as the film wise goes? Is there a Joker that you're like, as a Joker fan, is there one that's kind of you're like they nailed this Joker pretty damn close? Is there one in particular that you've kind of gravitated? What's your best version of the Joker? I guess
the animated,
cinematically,
the, the animated series.
Mark Hamill.
Um, yeah, just,
Yeah,
I mean, movie wise, there's so many iterations of him. Um,
they've all been pretty
but
good. I feel like they've all had their little moments here and there. I feel like.
they have, and it's like the books. There's so many iterations of him in the comics. So, each one is different. But yeah, the animated series, that was the Joker I knew when, as soon as I saw him, I went, that's the Joker I know from comics.
Yeah.
So
Okay. And you're number five, I guess. Did we do four? We did. I don't remember
yeah,
where we're at.
Abomination
Oh,
from
okay.
Hulk.
Nice.
Yeah,
Do you have
yep.
Abomination first appearance? Do you
No,
own that? What book
no.
is that? I'm trying to think of what book that is. I think it's like a,
Uh,
I don't think it's a Hulk book. I think it's like a Tales to Astonish
no,
book,
it's,
isn't it?
yeah,
Or Strange Tales or something like that, I feel like. I do like
I can't
Abomination
remember,
too.
but yeah,
He was one of my early guys too. I got into when I had those. I don't know if you ever saw or ever had those. Remember those books or the comic books that came with the little 45 RPM records? And
yep.
they did a Hulk at Bay one where he was fighting Abomination and Rhino. And I remember having that as a kid and reading along and listening to it on my little headphones and my little generic record player and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Abomination was. Pretty dope. Pretty
Yeah.
dope. So tell me about a little bit about your, because you're in a somewhere completely different, obviously, than the United States and Canada and all these places. Tell me a little bit about the scene out there. Is there a scene out there? Do you have connections with people? Are you involved in any type of community out there with comic books? Is there people that you kind of gravitate towards that you hang out with or anything? Have you found anybody that's into it like you are?
No, look, it's grown down here in the last, 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
A lot more conventions and smaller conventions, and even in the last 2 or 3 years, there's a lot more smaller collector fairs and things happening around the place, which is really good to see. But no, because it's such a big country,
Right.
and not many people, um, yeah, finding people, you know, unless you're hardcore, um,
Are
and
you
into,
hardcore?
no, no. So I
Right.
look hardcore like I'm hardcore at anything. I
I
just,
mean, I don't know.
whatever.
I mean, you got some nice books in back. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing, dude. That's exactly why I'm doing this. It's
yeah,
trying to build up relationships with people in this community because, dude, when going out a few years ago when I met Puff and all these Florida guys, man, it really kind of it changed something for me. It really made me get outside my comfort zone a little bit because I was always the guy that would go to comic shops, and I still do go to comic conventions. I didn't know anybody. I've been collecting my whole life. I more or less since I was like 11 or 12 years old. Going to conventions, they have them almost every month in Chicagoland area. You know what I'm saying? Back in the
yeah,
day, in the 80s and 90s, they were like once a month at these little hotels and stuff like that. And as I got older, you kind of go through stages of comic books where you are financially and all that stuff. And for a long time, man, and even still today, like I get smoke up and I put my headphones on and I go boom, and I'm digging through books and stuff like that and not really talking to many people. But then I met Puff in person, and he brought me in with open arms, and he introduced me to all these people. And I was like, man, what a great community. And they all travel in these packs when they go to shows. There's like 10, 15, 20 of them, or however many guys. And they're all looking out for each other. And it was like, man, this is weird and cool. I never knew that that kind of existed. And, it was one of those things that I was like, oh, this is really the community. I mean, the community to me was this: you liking my
yep,
picture on your comic book and I like yours, and that's about as far as it went. But then talking to people and meeting people, and then I like to travel out. My wife and I are big travelers. So, like, whenever we go to places, I try to hit up people. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be in Boston. Like, is there any Boston guys out there? Do you guys want to meet up for a beer, a cup of coffee, or a cigarette, whatever? You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things, like I said, why I asked you to be on this too, is because I'm like, man, I've been following you for a long time, but I've seen a couple pictures of your face. You're not very face forward on social media or anything, but I'm like, we've been following each other. We don't really even do much chatting back and forth or anything. But I was like, I'm interested. I'm intrigued that we've been following each other for probably 10 years.
yep,
I think it's probably been 10 years. And I was like, I want to kind of talk to him a little bit and see what he's about and, see what kind of stuff he's into. And that's why I'm asking, all these people, all these random questions like this, because it's like, I think it's fun and to get involved in this community um, a little differently. And then when I came back to Chicago after Florida, I met all these other I started getting involved in meeting other people, and now I'm getting all these little cliques of people that I'm meeting, and everybody's so nice and cool and fun. And I've realized that I'm sure you and I have more stuff than just comic books in common. I'm sure we like music. I'm sure you're a big music
yep.
guy too, probably, as we all are, and movie guy and this and that. We could probably talk about all that stuff for all day long too. um what was your have you ever been to a convention? Because now you said they're
Yep.
starting to pop up. Are you going to them?
Uh, yeah, I haven't been for a couple of years. I go to the little ones, the local ones. But yeah, we used to go to the comic, conventions quite a bit. Um,
Yeah.
you know, and look, I had sort of my own community. I had my wife's cousins that, we would go to those things and everything with. They were into comics too. And,
Okay.
you know, but, everyone grows up, gets married, moves on.
Right.
So,
Right. Right.
but,
Well,
y-
go
yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
so we go on to the conventions. Like there's two main ones in Sydney and, you know, I'd go to them every
How
year,
many
but
people?
yeah, haven't been for a
What
couple
kind
of
of
years.
people show? How many people show up to that show? Like those shows? Are they 1,000,
Um,
200,
yeah,
500?
be a few, no, it'd be a couple of thousand over the
Oh,
few
okay.
days. So they're big because they're only one-offs. It wasn't happening all the time, but now these smaller shows or smaller collector fairs are happening. You can get a few thousand of them through in a day. So it's
Right.
really become a bigger thing, down here in the last sort of 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
So
What was your reasoning for coming on Instagram with your comic book stuff? Why did you start posting in the first place? Did you see somebody do something and you're like, "Oh, that's cool. Maybe I should do this." Or
yeah, when I first started, I was like doing photography stuff and I was on Instagram with that. And then, things pop up on your feed and
right.
there's comics. And I went, oh, there's other people who collect and other
Right.
people around the world who collect. So I just I watched for a long time before I started posting anything and posted something and then posted something else. And then it just snowballed from there.
Right. That's awesome. That's cool. Like I feel like I think that's a cool. I mean, I know everybody says about social media, it's like it's not being very social, but it is though. It can be if you want it to be. It depends on how much effort you want to put in to make it a social thing. I feel
It is,
like.
and being on the other side of the world, like,
Right.
I see things and have seen things from everyone that, we don't see down here. We don't get flooded with a lot of things that, you guys have
Happen.
access to.
Right.
Um, and then we've got to buy from up there. Um, and it costs, almost as much to send it down here that that
Right.
it is to buy the thing. But yeah, look, it really connects me to, you know, other people and I get to see things. And even if I just comment on something, that's me being social. So,
Right.
I don't have to sit and chat and type and that. So just connecting with people that way.
Right. Do you have a I'm assuming you probably never cosplayed. Is that something you would ever be interested in doing? Is that a thing out there in by you? Cosplaying?
You will be surprised, Pete. I have.
Have you really?
I
Nice.
have.
Nice.
I
What did you
have.
do? What did you do?
Uh, I've been the Joker. I've been two versions of the Joker. I've been the Riddler,
Okay.
and who else? I was original Hawkeye, original comic
Okay.
accurate Hawkeye. So yeah.
Nice. What so how did what made you what pushed you into doing that, and did you like doing, obviously you like doing it, you did it a multitude of times, so tell us a little bit about the cosplaying thing because now you got me intrigued by that.
um, I didn't want back then. I didn't want my son to have fear of going, and he was right into coming with me. Like he was, I think, 7 or 8 when I brought him to his first comic convention. He's now 23.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so we took him and he wanted to go as Deadpool because he loved Deadpool.
Right.
Before Deadpool was huge. So he got dressed up and I didn't want him to be alone dressed up. So that's how it sort of started, you know. So I went along as the Joker and
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. I'm sure that was a cool moment for both of you to bond over that too, and I'm sure he probably still thinks about that, going to conventions early on with you when he was younger.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a a very memorable experience for both of you. I would like to think. I mean, I would think. Maybe not.
Absolutely, it is. Like the whole, like my wife came as well to a couple of them. She comes to all the smaller ones as well because she loves Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So, and she's right into it. She's got her own stuff downstairs,
Oh,
Wonder
she's into
Woman
collecting
and
too.
yeah.
Oh
So
wow.
she's got all her stuff as well. But yeah, taking my son, yeah, we still talk about it and,
Yeah.
things that happened and yeah.
That's super
So,
cool. That's awesome. Did you feel so I've done cosplay a couple times. I like it, but at the same time, it's a lot of work. It's very
oh yeah,
exhausting, as you know. If you've
yeah,
done it, if anybody's done it, you know it's a lot of work. But there
yeah.
is do you what kind of feeling did you get from that when you were doing that with your son? Did you feel a little bit more like you could be yourself, or are you trying to put on like I'm gonna act like the Joker and be a or did you kind of just roll with whatever? I mean, I'm interested in knowing a little bit about people who do cosplay and how their mindset is into that. Like, how do they feel? How do you feel about that? I mean, what did your
I was vulnerable because
yeah
that was putting myself out there. Like, I can blend into a room, blend into a crowd. Nobody knows who I am. So putting myself out where people are going to be looking at me was really vulnerable, but to do it for him, that was more important to step up to him at the beginning. And then it became sort of easier and yeah, just put it on and realizing that nobody cared. Like they cared, but in a good way,
yeah
but nobody cares. Like, people coming up, they want photos with you. Um, they don't care who you are underneath. They just think
right
it's cool that you're dressed up. So
and they're not right
yeah, yeah. So
right
getting that, it just put a different perspective on it. Would I do it now? Probably not.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it in the end when I did it. But yeah, a lot of work.
It is, and that's yeah. I think so. Most of the characters. So you did characters with makeup. I did costumes with masks, so nobody knows
Yep.
who the hell I am. So I could be whoever the hell I want to be and act the way. And I picked the first time I did it. I picked Vigilante, the original Adrian
Yep.
Chase from the old '86, and I have a pretty. I feel like it's a pretty damn good costume. Um, and then I did Snake Eyes, and I did Snake Eyes so I didn't have to talk, which is great for me because I was being social without having to be social. And I had a little stuffed timber that I'd carry around with me, and the kids would come up and they'd be like, "Who are you?" And I would just go to the dog, and I wouldn't, and the dad or the mom would be like, "Oh, he doesn't talk." You know what I'm saying? So I would just kind of like pose for pictures with the little dog and this and that, and it made me feel really good that kids were getting into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, so I can imagine how your son felt. And as a not to get too whatever, but I lost my mom back in July, and now it's just me and my dad. And my dad was never he never did anything like that with me, dude. So when I hear people do stuff like that with their kids, I was like,
Yep.
kudos to you that you did that. Um, So actually, I was going to ask this question earlier, but now I'm still kind of curious, and I know we're going to jump off a little bit. But how did you come up with your Instagram handle? Where did Hawk Hole come from?
Got to think back a bit now. Obviously.
Right.
Um, and Hawk was sort of mainly Hawkeye.
Okay.
I was a bit of a Hawkeye fan, but mainly because he shot bow and arrow, and I did a bit of archery back in the day. So
Oh, okay. So
it
you are
was,
like
it
a real
was,
Robin Hood.
yeah, well, not really. I had no accuracy, so um, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was just, I think it was basically a combination of that, and then a bit of Hawkman in there as well. So yeah, just blended it all together and just came up with that. And as I said to you at the beginning, like everyone just knows me as Hawk, so on here, so you know, I'm happy with
Right.
that. It's a name that stuck, so good.
Right. I know. And that's the thing. Like when, because I've had multiple Instagram pages because they get shut down or somebody hacks your page or whatever. And I'm like, I got to start all over
Yep,
again. And then I'm like, then you got to change your name. And I'm always thinking like, man, what do I want my name to be? And I'm like, because there's obviously you want something, to catchy and this and that and all that stuff. So, from Nerd Pete to Evil Nerd Pete to Comic Book Collector Evil Nerd Pete, now Pete's Vibes and all this stuff. So but I was trying to think of the last one. I'm like, I think Pete's Vibes is probably the best one for me now. So yeah, that's cool. That like I said, I
yep.
was I was wondering why. 'Cause like I said, just a question what I was wondering what you were into. Um, what so for you? What is like what makes because you said you're into movies, you're into music, but what makes
Mm.
comic books like a unique different than the movie stuff? Are you a fan of the movies or are you not a fan? Well, let's start there. Are you a fan of the movies or do you not really give a shit? You're like, yeah, they're fine, but whatever. I'm more into the comic books.
No, I'm a fan of the movies, but they do it differently. So
Right.
everyone who arcs up, about oh, they did it wrong, they did it, but it's just an interpretation, you know.
Right. Like just like every time they
So
reboot a comic book.
yeah, yeah. So, no, I enjoy the movies. I mean, some of them I didn't enjoy, but
Right. Do you have a favorite
I
movie?
get probably Endgame.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But the new Superman, um, not a big Superman guy. As I said, Batman over Superman, but the last Superman movie, it just got me back into liking Superman again.
Yeah.
Um, it really, yeah, it really changed the way I thought about Superman again. And the only reason I didn't sort of gravitate towards Superman when I was younger because it was truth, justice, and the American way. I wasn't
Which nothing
American,
you right, I was gonna say you
and
can't
and,
relate to
I,
that.
and I'm going. So he doesn't care about us. When you're a little kid, you just go, oh. So, but I'm
Screw you,
nothing.
Superman.
Yeah, it was. It was.
What
But
about our
whereas
taxes
Batman,
over here?
yeah, and it was always he's doing something in America, and I was just like, oh, okay. What happens when it happens to us? Like, who we got?
Hey, you know
Whereas
what? You got a
Batman
good
was,
country, man. You don't have the
yeah,
bullshit that goes on where we are. Be grateful you don't need a Superman.
yeah, right, yeah.
But I mean, you
Batman,
probably got your own problems.
yeah, yeah. But Batman was like Gotham, and Gotham could have been anywhere.
Right.
I remember walking in the city as, a kid going, oh, Batman could come out of there. You know, it looked different, but yeah. But yeah, as I said, the last movie, it sort of changed, Superman movie, just sort of changed my perspective a bit more on him. I didn't hate him, but I just, couldn't relate.
Right.
Couldn't relate to Captain America either.
Sure.
Again, So I enjoy him, but yeah.
Right. Are there any Australian superheroes? Now that I'm thinking about it. Besides Wolverine, when he did that bad accent, that Australian
Yep.
accent in the
Yeah,
Pride
yeah.
of the X-Men.
That's right. Yep.
Was that like your
Yeah.
moment for Wolverine? You're like, yes,
I was
wait a
like,
second here.
no, 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 no. I denied that. Didn't happen. That was shocking.
Everybody was shocked. Even me at the
Yeah.
younger age, I was like, why does he have an Australian accent?
Yeah.
Like he's from fucking Canada.
It wasn't even an Australian accent. It was so bad. That's
I
what I
like
said.
that
But
cartoon though. That cartoon was good. I did like
yeah,
that. Pride of the X-Men was a fun was
yeah,
fun. But yeah, the
yeah.
Wolverine thing. But
No,
is there an Australian superhero? Like, do you guys have like something that we don't know about here in America? Like a superhero that's like,
not nothing huge, like just little independent things. Um, the
Who's
closest,
the big one in Australia?
well, the closest one that we'd have that's in comics is Manifold.
Don't
Eden
know him.
Fessy, who's in part of the Avengers, New Avengers. Um, I think it was. Yeah,
Okay, I'm not
an
familiar.
Aboriginal, an Aboriginal Australian. So yeah, but we're the bad guys. I mean, Captain Boomerang. You know, there was still this thing that we've got a criminal history, so let's make them all the bad guys. So
Yeah,
stick a
right.
boomerang in his hand and that'll work.
Right. That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah. Who's your favorite artist? Do you have a favorite artist? And I want to know your
No,
favorite artist and who's your favorite writer. Is there somebody that you gravitate towards when you see a cover by this artist you usually like lean into? Like,
modern artist is Lucio Perillo. I think that's
okay,
how you say it. Yeah, just his
we'll
art.
go with that.
Yeah, yeah, just his art, especially on Red Sonja, and all that. I just love that. But yeah, Art McFarlane in the '90s
Was
um,
that a big turning point for you
was
in the
big.
comic books? The 90s?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm assuming we're
um,
around the same age.
yeah. Let's
Are
go
you and
with
your
that.
I'm not we don't have to go exactly. You're
I don't
over
care.
are we over 45?
Yeah, I'm 49.
Okay, so we are exactly the same age.
Yeah,
Perfect. That's what I thought. I figured
so
just by what you were talking. And it's funny because everybody I'm talking to, I'm like, we're all the same age, more or less, or and within 5 years of each other, because we're all in the same shit. Like we grew up with the same
yeah,
stuff. So it's kind of
yeah,
that's why I find this kind of interesting. I need to find some really young person to talk to, be like, tell me your story about this, because we all kind of have similar stories because we all grew up around
yep,
the same age, so we all have similar stories, which is cool though that we all
yeah.
do have that similar story. Um, what about writers? Is there any writers that you're? What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite story arc? Are you a big Claremont guy? Did you like all that? I mean, I'm assuming you like Claremont if you liked X
Yeah,
Men.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But for me, it was Peter David on Hulk. Like that
Oh,
was
no,
just like
yeah,
I got it. Um, Being a Hulk fan and sort of reading them, it was that was Incredible Hulk to me. So yeah, from that point of view, my favourite would be Peter David on his Hulk
yeah.
run.
That was with. I'm now thinking back. That was when the Smart Hulk came out, right? And all that.
Yep,
That
yeah,
gray and green came. So I thought, okay, I just wanted to make
yeah,
sure
yeah,
I'm doing my thought
yeah,
process
yeah.
properly. um, so tell me, what are your top three books in your collection? Did you pull them out? Did you pull out your top three books in your collection or your favorite
I did,
books? Let's see what
I
let's
did.
see what you got. We're all
All right,
interested.
all right. This is a new one, but
Oh, right.
trying to get light. New Mutants, but it is the Australian price variant.
So
So
what's different about that one compared to the American? I mean, you probably don't know because you don't have the American, I'm assuming. But
I
what's
do have the American one.
okay?
There's not a lot of differences other than it was a marketing ploy by Marvel. You had the Pence variants in the UK and they thought, oh, well, we'll give Australia something.
Okay.
And so they tried this, what we call APV, Australian price variant. Um, and they came out a couple of months after, um, the American version, but they were actually printed before the American version. Um, and then they made color corrections. So some books have different color pages or
Oh
color
wow.
variations in the book than the American version. But yeah, they were only limited run things, um, and it really didn't work because Australian went, well, we don't want that because it's not a collector thing.
Right.
So a lot of them got destroyed. So finding them, yeah, some of them are hard to find.
Oh wow.
But have but have
Is that a big book?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, yeah, a lot of
So I
people
wonder,
want that.
like, is it? I don't know anything about. I know I see because I got to follow a couple cats that are, from different countries and this that, and there. I know there's one guy that posts. He posts everything is from his country and this and that in comic books. I don't really know much about that. Um, is the are you getting so at these shows? Are they mostly Australian comic books, being like Australian versions of the comic books? Are you getting more
No,
American stuff or?
no, it's mostly American. The Australian stuff's hard to find.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. But it's mostly American. And now, guys are buying shipping containers and bringing them out and,
Oh, wow.
so, or they buy a lot of guys are flying over there and just buying collections and then, yeah, bring them out.
Coming back to America.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're getting a lot more American stuff and older American stuff too,
Right.
which, when I
Huh.
first started properly about 15 years ago, there wasn't a lot of it around. But yeah, more and more, there's more coming into the market.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. Huh. Interesting. All right, let's see number two. What's your number two book? That's interesting though, because like I said, I don't know anything about that. And I'm like, I wonder if there's a market for like that Deadpool book, if you were gonna sell it here. I mean, I'm sure it'd probably be a lot more even here because it's number one, it's rare, and number two, it's from another country. So I'm assuming it's probably
yeah,
going for even more out here. That's cool.
yeah, it depends on the market, and on that one does, yeah, a lot of people will want that one.
Yeah. Especially if you're a big
Because,
Deadpool fan.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
and, just having that APV on some of the books is, yeah, on a big book like that, yeah, people want it. So, but
Yeah.
I'm not selling it, so I'm
Hey
gonna get
everyone, he
stuffed.
ain't selling it, so don't even DM and be like, "Hey, I'll give you this much money for it." No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, go
So,
ahead.
yeah, so, yeah, second book of mine, that I like, Red
Oh,
Sonja,
nice,
number one. Favorite cover, and that's signed by Nicola Scott, the artist. So who's a
nice.
local,
Oh,
um,
nice.
so local to Australia, but also local to me. So
Right.
she's in our area. So
That's
yeah,
cool. Would
yeah,
he be probably one of your favorite artists then?
yeah, yeah, she's up there.
Yeah.
Um,
Does she
and
do
she
this?
does
Does she do the scene pretty regularly?
not the. She used to do the big scene a lot, but yeah, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Does little ones, and there's a little show, just a book fair, little book fair, which is, local to me, 2 towns away, and she does that. So I go and chat to her and get my book signed, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's always good. And she's always got great stories of, like, the industry or what she's doing or what's coming up, and yeah, so it's really
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
So yeah, number three.
Let's see number three, baby. Let's see number three.
All right, so this is an Australian one.
Oh, okay.
It's a reprint. That's a reprint of Hulk number one.
Right.
So yeah, so that's hard to find in
What's the
half
what's the
decent
what's
condition.
what's the difference between that and the American version now? Like that one, for
Okay,
instance.
so that's a reprint. So
Right.
it's a bigger format book. Everything's black and white.
Okay.
There's no color. They used all the color on the front cover with all the different colors. Um,
They ran out of marker. Like, fucking, we'll
yeah,
just do it
yeah,
black and
yeah,
white.
black and white now. Um, yeah, so the story's the same. No difference on the story, but yeah, just
Right.
but they were printed on newsprint, so newspaper print. So it's really flimsy paper.
Fragile. Yeah.
Yeah, fragile. They were designed to be thrown away.
Yeah.
So
When
not
did that come
kept.
out?
That was 70s, and that actual publication of those comics, Newton Comics, only ran for about 2 years.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it was 76 to 78 or 75 to 77.
Okay.
So yeah,
Right when we were popping out.
mm,
You and I,
that's
right
right.
when you and I were popping
Yeah, yeah,
out.
yeah.
um, what top three books are you on the hunt for right now? What are you looking for? Like, what's your Grail books that you're looking for right now? Or I guess what's your? They don't have to be Grail books, but what are the three books that you're seeking out right now? Are you do you want to buy? Are you trying to buy more American books, or do you like the Australian stuff better when you find it? Do you gravitate more towards the Australian stuff when you see it, or do you stick with more of the American stuff, or is
No,
it
more the
both?
American stuff. It's both. Yeah, it is both. The Australian stuff is more because I grew up with it. You know.
Right,
Um,
sentimental value.
yeah, and not a lot. I didn't grow up a lot with it. Like I didn't have those Hulks, but I had a Newton comic, and still got that somewhere. Um, but yeah, the Australian stuff, just because it's our stuff. Like
Right,
it's printed differently. It's all different, but yeah, no, it's more the American stuff that I collect and go for. So,
right.
um, but probably The Crow #1. I'd love a copy of that one day.
Okay.
Um, so, and I don't see many of them down here. Um,
Yeah, I'm
Hulk
sure the indie
181.
stuff is. I'm sure the indie stuff is a lot harder to get down there too.
Yeah, yeah, it used to be, but again, like a lot of it's just
People
been
are
brought
buying
in
those
now.
collections,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah,
you're getting a lot more. But yeah, some of that stuff you just don't see a lot of.
right,
Like if I looked on eBay, you could see, 50 copies up there and you'd be lucky to see one
right.
down here.
Yeah, you don't.
So
I don't see.
yeah,
I don't see. It's funny because when you said the crow, I don't really see the crow in the wild very often. A lot of crow books.
no.
There's. I mean, it's just. I wonder if it's just like because it's not a big publication. They don't have as many out there, or is it people just aren't really into the character? That's why you don't see him on the back wall of people's stuff, or what? But
I think it's more that there's not a lot out there, It
yeah,
wasn't a huge publication
right.
run. So
So the crow,
yeah, and if people have the Crow, they want to keep it.
right?
Yes. So yeah, I'd like to find a reasonably priced copy of Hulk 181 because that market's just stupid. It's really ridiculous.
I
Um,
know.
so that's a maybe one day.
Are you into?
Um,
Does it? Does shape matter to you for comic books? Are you like a crisp, clean guy, or do you like just reader copies of books in general, or do you stick with what are you into as far as like buying and like are you what are you buying? Do you care about shape? Does shape matter to you a good amount?
Not really because just to own it, to have it, and because I read it. Um,
Right,
it doesn't have to be mint. So if you can get books cheap and you can read it,
right,
you know,
right,
and it just yeah, and it's part of my collection. It's not, it's not going to be sold off or anything.
right.
I'm not a seller. I'm not a trader. It's my thing. I just like to enjoy it. So, so reader
Do you have a pretty big
copies.
collection?
Got about 12,000, I think now.
I mean, that's
So, mm,
a good collection. Would you
eh,
or do you have a comic book room or do you have a comic book
yeah.
space or is it just like a wall or do you have a room or
No, I got a little room here. So,
would you give us a little spin if you don't mind?
oh,
I'm interested. I know everybody's room is like it's messy. Of course it's messy. You're a comic book collector. Of course it is.
hang on,
But everybody
hang
wants
on.
to see this. We all want to see this. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
No, no. All right. So,
look at that Hulk. Look at that. Look
uh,
at those. Okay.
Alright, so that's most of my Australian collection. Um, I've got figures
Oh,
everywhere.
oh, so you're a toy guy too. You're definitely a toy collector
Yep,
also then.
yep.
How are the toys getting out there?
So,
Is it easy to get the toys? Is it easier to get the toys than the comic books or
so
vice versa?
yeah, yeah, it's easy to get the toys and the internet, you know. I've got to buy everything online. Shops don't exist anymore.
I see
So,
a ROM back there. I see a ROM.
yep, I've got a ROM. Um, so yeah, come around, uh, there.
There you are. There he is. There they are.
So I've built most of the shelves myself, all the display shelves and everything. Um, so yeah, books everywhere.
My guy Time
But
Traveler's
yeah.
like, it looks like a shop. Wonderful. Yeah. Very organized. And it is. It is very
Yeah,
organized. So good job on that too. It's my wife says
I
the
cleaned
same
up.
thing.
I cleaned up before you come over.
Well, you want to show it off. You want to come off nice. It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So there we go.
Nice. Well done. Well done. Well done. Now does your wife have a little Wonder Woman room? Or is
No,
she
she's
not?
just got. No, she's got everything downstairs. She's got
Yeah.
cabinets and cases and yeah.
In the living
So
room? She's got
yep,
a Wonder Woman living room.
yep.
That's awesome. Is there anybody we'll just do a silly shout out. Is there anybody in the Instagram community you would like to meet? Like to hang
I'm not
out
gonna
with
pick
and be
anyone
like,
out.
there's nobody that's like in particular,
Don't know.
like
Don't,
I
there
know it's a
is,
weird question to
but
ask, but like, I mean,
but
you don't have to be one person, but is there a handful of people that you're like, man, this guy would be kind of interesting to talk to or whatever? Because I mean, so I'm very flattered that you came out with me. That's why I'm asking, is there other people that, that you would like to hear talk? Like, because I'm asking that question because there's other people I'm like, oh, this might be a good person to ask so you can get to meet them too, or do a little thing like this too. Because I'm always looking for people to do this with. I think it's the new
yeah,
thing I'm doing, and I think it's fun. So I'm interested in who other people are interested in meeting also.
yeah. I'm gonna cop out and say everyone,
Yeah,
and I mean that I mean that
for sure.
genuinely.
I do too.
Um, like I just anyone I have interacted with, I would love to meet,
Yeah,
and that was a big reason of coming on here. Like just to you know meet you, talk to you. As you
right.
said, we've been on together Instagram for what, 10 years or whatever. And I just thought it's just time to step out and go, okay, I'm going to meet someone. Um,
Yeah,
you know, so
I appreciate it, man. I
yeah,
really do. I think this is rad. For me, it's super exciting. I was very excited when you said yes. I was like, because you were like in my top five of people I wanted to ask right away, because I was like, there's a handful of people. I'm like, these are people I want to ask immediately. And then, I mean, there's a ton of people. I mean, I want to do this with everybody, obviously, but there's a
yep,
bazillion people. But I was trying to think of the people who I've been following for the longest. And like I said, I hit up Diecast, and we'll do something with him. And Puff's always on YouTube and stuff like that, which
yep,
this is also will be on YouTube. So I don't know if you're a YouTube guy. Do you watch YouTube videos?
yeah,
Do you kind of keep up with that stuff?
yep,
um
yeah. So
yeah.
I'm subscribed. Don't worry
Okay.
to your channel.
I know my channel's just getting started, but like I said, though, that's the thing is like I know everybody's kind of going to YouTube from Instagram, and I'm like, I need to build up the Instagram thing too. And I thought this is a good idea for people if they wanted to post it to their page, to have it on their page to get people who follow you, just like I said, a little look into Hawk Hulk's life in the comic book industry, and not all the other bullshit, but just what we're about on social media is comic books. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? Like there's a ton of shit we could sit here and talk about all day long, but I wanted to do it about comic books. I just thought that was fun. And then the music thing too is another thing that I'm like, I'm such a music. I'm actually probably a bigger music nerd than I am a comic book nerd, surprisingly
Yep.
enough. Um, I know just more knowledge of music. I mean, I love comic books and I know a lot about that. There's only room for so much in this little pea brain of mine. So it's like it's super cool. It's super cool. Um, do you have anything you want to plug? Is there anything you want to be like, shout out to this cat or anything like that? Is there anything that you got coming up? Any comic book conventions come up? Anything going on in the comic book world that you're looking forward to in this next 2026?
No, not really. Just, just nothing. I got no pages, got no nothing. So, you know, it's just me.
Yeah,
Come and check out my
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So,
Um, yeah. I will like Hawk. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I appreciate you following me for as long as you have and liking everybody's stuff, including mine. Um, This is cool. I dig this. I appreciate you coming on in this wee hour of the night or morning, I guess. I keep
mm,
saying night, but it's still dark by you. That's why I say
it's
night.
still dark.
Does your seasons, do you get like a dark time and a light time where it's like it's dark for a long time and then it gets light? Like how like Greenland is like, you know what I'm saying? They
No,
get 6 months of darkness. You see, just it's normal.
no.
Okay. I didn't know if
Yeah,
that
it's just normal.
Australia. I've never been to Australia. Have you ever been to the United States at all? Do you
No.
travel at all? Are you into traveling? Do you guys do travel?
I, look, we're probably more in a position to travel now, but where are we going to go? You know,
Wherever you want.
is it safe to fly anywhere? Um,
I mean,
you know,
we fly. I mean, it could be a pain in the butt. It could be a pain in the butt to fly sometimes, but I mean, I get it. Believe me,
yeah.
I get it. um, yeah, that's cool, man. Thank
But
you.
yeah,
I appreciate you.
I'd definitely fly up there. Like, if we get the chance, yeah, I'll be coming
Is
because I
there
want to meet everyone.
Is there a convention that you'd want to go to in America that you're like, if I was going to go to a show, if you could have your choice of going to any show in the States, where would you go? Is
I
there a
don't know because
convention
I
that
don't,
you've heard about? Have you heard about any conventions in particular? Like, man, that sounds like fun. Or seen pictures
only
of
the,
everybody posting stuff, and you're like, oh, that looks like it would be fun.
only the main ones. You know, I'm sure
Heroes,
I'm sure I'd prefer some of your smaller ones.
Heroes Con.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm,
one you need to come to, North Carolina. It ain't my local one, but if you're into comic books, bro, that's all
yep.
you need to do. The
All right.
C2E2, all the big ones, the New York Comic Con, San Diego. I mean, they're fun, but it's not about comic books. It's about
Yep.
pop culture. It's pop culture mostly. And I'm sure the conventions that you go to also out there are more pop culture even than even just
Yeah.
comic book related.
Yep.
That's what's so great about Heroes Con is it's comic books and artists. It's majority of that stuff. So I know it's North Carolina, but it's beautiful. North Carolina it's a beautiful city. It's mountainy and there's a lot of cool things going on out there. Um, so if you want a recommendation, Heroes Con, and I think Heroes Con's
All
coming up
right.
here in June to come out to. So if there's a show that you ever want to come out to, where you're going to meet a lot of the people in this community, that's really the show to go to because there's a lot of people in the community who go out to that show. Um, that's what I would recommend for you to come.
All
So
right.
please
It's on the bucket list.
come out. Well, come out while you come out without being in a walker. You need to come out while our legs are still good. That's what I told my wife. My wife's like, you don't need to go to all these damn comic book conventions all the time. Like, yeah, I know, but there's so much walking. If I don't do it now, I'm going to be old and I'm not going to be able to walk them like I could. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's awesome. Um, well, Hawk, I know it's late for you. I won't take any more of your time. I really appreciate you coming on and doing this. And I know the community appreciates you coming on and doing this. I'm sure we'll be getting some comments about this
Yeah.
and about having you come on and show your face. Um, yeah.
I
Hopefully,
appreciate you having me,
yeah, man.
and
I
it's
do.
been
I think
fun.
it's, yeah. I'm getting a little emotional thinking about you and your kid in the cosplay thing. It's just a cool, dude. It's just so cool. I love hearing that stuff about the family aspect of collecting and your wife collecting and this that. Like that's thank God my wife doesn't collect. I got a whole damn basement. I don't need a whole house too. As much as I like it, I'm perfectly content with just the basement. But no,
Yeah,
yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on and taking the time to do this. I really do. I think it's really rad. And hopefully we can do a little bit more typing through the years. And I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for you for some stuff now that I know you're into it. I'm gonna and that's the thing too about this community. I've realized too, there's a lot of people why I'm asking like what banger books are you looking for? What are your books? Dude, people are always out there looking for each other. They
oh,
got
look, the
each other's
community's
backs.
great. Like, yeah,
Oh my God, dude. It's really cool that people are doing that out there. And, when they hear about somebody liking something, they're like, man, I got that. Like, I can take it. Like, if it's going to make you happy, it made me happy for a while. Now it's going to make you happy. Like, I love that kind of stuff. If I had a
yeah,
crow and I had those other books, I'd probably send them to you, but I don't even have those books.
yeah. But
Um,
I found that too, and that's what I love about the community. Like, I've sent stuff, people send me stuff, and
right.
you know, it is. If I've got it and someone else wants it or needs it, have it. And I've had that happen to me too. So,
Right.
that's what I love about this whole comic community and everyone in it. And why I was so elusive of saying, look, no, there's not one person because yeah, everyone,
No, I know.
you know,
No, for sure. I agree.
has
Like
been
I said,
good.
right. No, I agree. Like I said, it is. Everybody has been really, really wonderful. I really haven't. I was telling Chicago Schultz, the guy I did the last show with him, and I hung out yesterday for Free Comic Book Day, and I was like, man, it's really nice to have people now in my neck of the woods that I can call and be like, hey, we're gonna go to do this. Come on, join, and stuff like that. So it's and everybody's looking for. He was digging through books. He's like, is there anything you want me to look for you? And I'm like, no. And then he's like, there's a Doom cover over here. I'm like. I don't have that. I'm like, thanks for pointing that out to me. Because that's the
Yeah,
thing. Is like I'm not thinking about anything off the top of my head. But then when someone says something, I'm like, yeah, yeah. Look
yeah,
out for a Doom cover. Look out for a Man Thing cover. Look out for a Howard the Duck cover. So yeah. Well, thanks. Whoop. Um, somebody was just texting me. Well, thank you, Hawk. Hulk. I appreciate you coming on and doing this. Yeah. Well, like I said, we'll keep in touch. I appreciate you doing this and let's talk soon. And if anybody has
yep.
any questions, please put them in the comments for Hawk. Because I'm sure he's down to answer any questions for you. I would hope you are.
Maybe, maybe when I wake up, not straight
Yeah,
away.
exactly. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Yeah, go to bed. No, have fun. I appreciate
All
you doing this. Thank
right.
you so much.
I appreciate it,
Um,
mate. Thank
and we'll
you.
we'll talk to you soon. Okay. Cheers.
Yep.
Peace.
Thanks,
All
mate.
right.
Bye.
All right. Bye bye.